What is going on, Colts Nation? He is Jamal, and I'm Eric, your co-host of the Colts Cast.
Yo, yo.
Hey, you watched that game last night, Jamal?
Nah, I was in what this place I've heard multiple times. I go to this place, I don't know, I guess 8 times a year. Um 8 times a year for football games. They call it the Loud House during football games. I experienced the real Loud House last night at the Taylor Swift concert. That was the loudest I've ever heard that stadium. I did not know that 60,000 little girls could make the stadium louder than the 60,000 grown fans who are there week over week. But yeah, so I did not get a chance to watch the game. I did watch some highlights. But as always, it was a good time being in Lucas Oil. So yeah, man, how was it though? How was it watching the game live?
Woo! Let's talk about it. Look, the Indianapolis Colts, they fell to the Minnesota Vikings 21-13, dropping to below 500 on the season. We'll never be flexed into a primetime game again. So that was our one and only chance.
They already changed our game for against the Jets too. They already said us at 1 p.m.
Oh
So they already
yeah.
flexed us out. Yeah.
you thought we were nobody wants to watch this team. And for good reason. I mean, we continuously lose one possession games. We're not fun to watch. I mean, let's get right into it. Can we please end the Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco experience? Yeah, notice I put Matt Ryan. It's the same thing. Like, he just needs more reps, Jamal. Like that, he'll get it together next game, right?
I think what so many people have lost count of, and the Colts have done such an excellent job of this, in my humble opinion. They have turned all Colts fans against each other. All we have are bickering people who say that Joe Flacco this or Anthony Richardson that. Meanwhile, no one's still heard from the top of the food chain. No one's heard from Ballard or Ursay, but everyone can argue with each other all day long
Because
about what
they're
they
working
think
up.
is right.
They working up a trade offer, bro.
Oh
They
yeah,
about to
they work.
ship
Yeah,
Anthony Richardson out. Hey, let me
yeah,
chill out.
that's what they're doing. Hey, listen, all I'm gonna say, bro, for all
They
y'all
ain't gonna do
Ballard
that.
lovers
I
out
was just
there,
playing. I was just playing.
what they say in the Dark Knight? They say you either die a hero long or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yo, if y'all ain't on the villain train yet, then y'all still
Chris
delusional.
Ballard is two-faced. Hey, look, we posted season low in points, in yards and first downs, and we had no red zone drives. Just everything, man. And the win now move at quarterback looks so much worse. Like, I thought we were gonna come out the gate flying. That's what y'all said. Hey, who would have thought a 40-year-old backup wasn't gonna launch this offense into contention? This is called mediocrity. This is all we were talking about the last few weeks. And you weren't listening, Jamal.
I'm gonna give my 2 cents when you're done.
So I saw this. So Jake Arthur with Sports Illustrated and Locked On Colts. He asked if Joe Flacco to Shane Steichen, of course. He asked if Joe Flacco might have a certain limit before getting pulled as the starter, as with Anthony Richardson. And he said they are sticking with Flacco for the season. Jamal.
What?
They are sticking with Joe Flacco for the rest of the season. You know, I don't understand this. He could at least said, look, we'll reevaluate. But he, like he just said, this is what makes me think that this is not Shane Steichen's decision. This is coming from that top of the food chain, like you're talking about, Jamal. I don't understand it. Anthony Richardson was the new hope. He represented hope for this franchise. We were happy to see him on the field. I thought it was time to put him back in, like just after that game. I watched that game. And I said, it's time to put him back in. He makes Colts football better, despite the extreme lows. I mean, we've seen it, but there's still some good highs there. I forgive you if you benched him one game because he said, I'm tired. Like, you made your point. Get the dog back in there. I do not forgive you if you do not start him in this upcoming game, despite it being a tough game. I just don't understand what this franchise wants. I thought the vision was made clear when you made the project quarterback your QB1 day one over Gardner Minshew last year. But, we want to be contending in the future. We aren't contending right now. I thought the biggest priority was always to to just develop Anthony Richardson. I don't I don't know if he's better off on the bench than he was on the field. My
Eric,
camera's
I
out,
think
but,
yeah, just blacked out a little bit. I'm not sure if you're still with the. Can you still hear me?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. No, but just picking up to what you were saying, man. I mean, again, like you said, we definitely want to see him in there. I think that's clear. And listen, I mean, again, I don't know how else to say this besides saying that this season has been lost for many, many, many weeks now. And as far as it goes, this is a wash. No one's gonna be right. No one's gonna be wrong this entire thing. We're gonna watch this thing play out, whether Flacco or Richardson's in there, and everybody's going to say, see, this would have happened if the other person would have been in there. Do I think that he needs those reps? Absolutely. He needs the reps. He needs to be in there 110%. But do I think that they're going to make a sudden change all of a sudden? No, I don't think so. And I say that to say, even though he did get the one game sit down or whatever the case is, they also said that they were going to be gunning Richardson. They're going to have him in there doing his thing from the beginning of the season, and they backtracked on their words. So I don't believe for a second that Steichen's going to say that Flacco's in for the remainder of the season and that Richardson's never going to play because
He
he'll
already did.
backtrack. Yeah, I'm saying they said that they were going to develop Richardson too, but they backtrack on their words.
Well,
They're going to backtrack eventually on. They're going to put Richardson back in. He's going to get back in. Like I said, though, I think that more importantly than us being like super critical of I just don't feel without, like you said, without a shadow of a doubt that this isn't coming from the higher ups. I mean, again, we can sit here and bash a 40-year-old quarterback who is just going to get
yo,
us to mediocrity.
he didn't even look like he wanted to play last night. My man was
I know,
gazing
but
in the
let
distance.
me finish. Or we could sit here and continue to bash a 22-year-old who he says is immature, doesn't have it all done yet. Point of the matter of it is that this isn't either one of their faults. This team sucks. That this team sucks. And it's not just because of these two players that this team sucks. It's because of a lot of other stuff
Oh,
around us. So like
man.
I have a hard time personally. I have a hard time going back and forth on the Flacco versus Richardson train because it's a bigger problem at hand that's been going on for years
Talk to
and
him.
we haven't addressed it and
Talk
is
to
never
him.
going to be addressed as far as I
It's
see.
Gus Bradley, isn't it?
It's well, Gus Bradley, yeah, Gus Bradley, Chris Ballard, yeah. I think that it's all those people. I understand that the defense was the only people who scored a touchdown yesterday. I got to give them that they held down the fort and did what they needed to. I mean, Justin Jefferson is
Defense
different. We'll talk
defense was
about
on
that.
point. I mean,
Yeah. But again, Gus Bradley already said he should be gone. Already said Ballard should be gone, and so on and so forth. So I just can't sit here and make either the 40-year-old or the 22-year-old feel bad when I think that there's way bigger problems on this squad than just the battle of who's going to go out there and stink it up for us at quarterback.
so we got Arya Stark's kill list who's on the chopping block for the Indianapolis Colts.
You already know Ballard, Christopher for starters.
That's the
I don't
first
know.
one,
Ursay's up
Cersei
there too. I
Lannister.
mean, yeah, he's got to give the regime to somebody else. But let's keep it going.
Man, Joe Flacco, 16 for 27, 179 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, took 3 sacks, also had a fumble loss, which is weird. I guess they gave that fumble to Flacco.
Mm.
I think it was really Jonathan Taylor. I thought he muffed the handoff because I think, yeah, that was on the opening drive. It's so weird. We were leaning on the run game with ironically no Anthony Richardson in the backfield. It's so weird how Shane Steichen game plans for the most successful offense. But yeah, Taylor fumbled on that opening drive. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and talk about Flacco. We already knew what it was. He's had some flashes, but like it's still Joe Flacco. The offense just wasn't moving. I mean, even the offensive line was pretty bad last night. Like Ryan Kelly looked like a liability. He was a factor in that interception by Flacco, and he was pressured a lot. Flacco was pressured a lot last night. Most of that pressure came from 4 or fewer pass rushers. So the offensive line did not have a good night. JT didn't really have a great day as well. They shut that down. Wow, surprise. But I will say, dang, I lost my train of thought. I I think this was, what was expected. I did think we were going to play a better game here, but run game is more explosive with Richardson in there. He can stress that defense where Flacco cannot. A linebacker is not worried about Flacco using his legs to take off. They're not worried about Flacco extending plays outside the pocket. You know, the bag gets smaller. You really need a pinpoint pocket passer to really be a stressor if we're gonna operate with a pocket passer. But then again, there's a reason Flacco is probably not a starting quarterback right now in the NFL. He was brought in as a backup,
Yeah, he's
and
40.
I mean,
Tom Brady's the only one who was doing that.
so what are we doing? That's my point, man. Like,
My I know, I get what you're saying. My point is that the team sucks. They don't know what's going on. They don't know where to go. So they're just literally throwing in anybody they can at any time. Because if Flacco would have been starting from the entire season, he'd have been doing this. They'd have said, well, Flacco sucks. We need to get Richardson in there right now. Then Richardson gets in and he plays mediocre. And then we're like, well, what are we doing? And then the team doesn't know what's going on. They're so lost. The organization is so lost right now. So they're trying anything and everything they can to look remotely successful. And they can't because there's no success in the building. The team is bad. It's gone. And so no matter who's back there, it's gonna look bad. It just truly is.
Michael Pittman's getting paid what, $24 million?
Y'all said pay him. Y'all said pay him, boy.
Well, I mean, I think the entire offense is being underutilized. Well, it's just not working cohesively. But I mean, Jesus Christ, like this is a failure.
Yeah.
I would have felt better if we were 4-5 and Anthony Richardson was still in this game, was still playing, was still learning. But I don't know. I don't know how he's going to learn from Flacco's game. That it wasn't anything crazy. I don't have much to talk about with this offense, Jamal. Downs was our, of course, leading receiver. Had about a third of the target share for the team. I'm not surprised.
One.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, it's weird because Josh Downs he's not on the field all the time. Like if we're playing like 11 personnel, like it's going to be Pierce and Pittman on the outside. So yeah, it is crazy that like our slot receiver, who's like primarily like he's not playing on every snap. I mean, my man's getting it done, and Flacco or Richardson, they know to try to get the ball to him because my man's going to be open. Alec Pierce had a few good catches. Adonai Mitchell had that one good catch. Regardless, this offense was. I mean, we time of possession couldn't sustain drives. Third downs was a problem. It was just everything, Jamal. It was not a fun game. You could tell all the fans were restless.
Yeah.
I'm done talking about this offense. It it is what it is. Can't wait to get demolished by the Bills next week.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'll add to that is the same thing I've said week over week. I mean, this basically everything you described, in my humble opinion, is what we've seen week over week with this offense. I mean, it's been lackluster, it's been subpar. Again, that's why I said the team is lost as far as it goes offensive side of the ball, because there's no cohesiveness across the board. It's been pitiful. We complain about the receiving. We complain about the running. We complain about all this stuff every week because it's the same thing every single week. We complain how they can never get the ball going. I mean, I said from week one, I said preseason, actually, that I have to score 30 plus points a game to win. I think we've only scored 30, one time? I'm not even sure. I may be wrong on that. But the point of the story is this just the same song and dance every single week with the offense, lackluster game plan, lackluster execution. And we go back to the same thing week over week.
What if they trade Anthony Richardson? This is all, just hypothetical. What if they trade Richardson in the next 24 hours? I know it's not going to happen, but what if they do?
I mean, I don't know what they would get. I don't know. I don't know.
We just end the podcast. Like it would be the end of Colts football as we know it. Like
unless they got a first round pick or something like that, then they try to work some magic to pick up a quarterback next year. You're not getting that
ROI. No,
I know you're not. I'm just saying we said what if. So I gotta be extreme. I gotta be extreme. No, I don't know. I truly don't know. I don't know what will happen, man.
Yeah, let me stop. I don't want to get commenters in there coming at me. Defense, bend don't break. I thought the defense was good for what it's worth. 3 turnovers, 1 defensive touchdown. That's what we needed. That's how the Colts defense kind of operated in the past. We operated on that, getting that in that positive turnover margin, being able to take the ball away. Yeah, maybe we gave up 30 or 60, 70 yard drives, but somehow we got it done. Like the Darnold
Mhm.
interceptions or two or a good bit. Yeah, my man had he had two interceptions, but the first one he threw it was really bad. It was like right into Zaire Franklin. I guess he just didn't see Franklin. But that man just striped away. But more and more have we seen Gus Bradley just be aggressive. And it's working. He's sending 5 or 6 at the quarterback. He's showing zero blitz, then dropping people in coverage. Like he said, "Okay, Brian Flores, I'm gonna try to one up you. I can do this too." So, because like when Sam Darnold was pressured, like chaos ensued. So that's when mistakes were happening. I liked I mean. Yeah, we lost the game. We didn't lose because of the defense.
No.
Um, but yeah, Zaire Franklin, 7th round pick. He's showing us why he's the leader in tackles since 2022. Nobody in the NFL has more tackles than Zaire Franklin. That's a very good feat to have. DeForest Buckner, man, scary hours. That's why he's got his jersey. So good, man. So good. Grover Stewart. I don't know if you saw that play, Jamal. Grover Stewart
Yeah, just devour the center.
annihilated the
Yeah.
center. I don't know if I've seen that before where I mean, right off the snap, that man got fucking eaten up. Got to Sam Darnold, made a huge play, strip sack. Kenny Moore picked it up for that touchdown. I mean, that was flawless. I
Yeah.
I mean, a beauty. So I would say the front seven had themselves a night. They were on the field for a long time too. I know they were gassed, like,
Mhm.
and I think they gave out probably at the end because I mean they have to play 40 minutes out of 60 minutes a game. Um, Kenny Moore, top 5 tackler in the league. He actually almost suplexed TJ Hawkinson, like a legal suplex, but on a 3rd down, silenced the crowd. I mean, stuff like that. And I always talk about it because when we get around draft season, I'm like, man, y'all keep talking about these bag of chips, day 3 picks. Yo, all these boys was day 3 picks or undrafted free agents. Like, look, you need to look at those draft picks like it's another lottery ticket. Yeah, your day 1, day 2 picks have a higher chance of returning you some money. But boy, if you can find these gems, these boys who want it, I mean, shout out to them, man. I mean, even Jalen Jones is still starting, 7th round pick. Like, can't make it up, man. Um, but I didn't expect anyone from the secondary to lock down Justin Jefferson. That just
Yeah, that's just not gonna happen.
we
I
don't
don't care
have.
who he's playing.
Yeah, it's really like you need a top of the notch corner that can do that. But
Mhm.
I'm not saying we don't have one, but I'm
We
also
don't.
not saying we
That's
do.
not to go. Jefferson has been different all year, no matter who he's playing. Yeah, that's just one you cut your L's and you hope you can hold him on 150 and just keep it moving.
and we and we did, and we were. I mean, it was a 1 possession game, and Justin Jefferson was still carving us up. So
Mhm.
like the game was within reach to win. As I talked about, season lows for this offense. It's the offense's fault, and I think this falls on Shane Steichen a little, man. Talked about him being coach of the year candidate last year, a finalist probably.
Mhm.
Um, this year hasn't shown any of that really. I would say his play calling has done an Uno reverse. His game plan, how he operated with Anthony Richardson under center versus Joe Flacco. It's weird, man. Because like even
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew was kind of getting it done last year. Anthony Richardson was getting it done in that small sample size, but everything's kind of regressed, and I don't want to blame it all on Richardson. I think I don't know. Shane Steichen, I think, got a little bit too silly with the play calling.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with that. I mean, it has regressed a lot. It's weird, man. You see, I don't know. I was even watching, and again, I didn't see the full drive, so I don't know the real reason behind. But even like that 3rd and 19, they ran the ball instead of trying to throw it before setting up Matt Gay for that missed field goal, and I was just a little confused as to what that was. I mean, at that point, we gained what, a yard or two. You rather go ahead and take your shot downfield if we know he's going to try to go for it. But that's just one legit play I saw, as I was skimming through. But I do agree with you. I think his play calling has been real sus here this year. It's been kind of all over the place and not really making sense. So I definitely have to give him a lot of the blame with that. Um, I don't know, man. It's just too many weird things going on for this org for me to feel that like I to pinpoint the blame on just one particular person, just because like there's no way as a head coach, and I know it's my job and my duty, but you have to take this kind of crazy blame every single week. Like it's weird, man. I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's just what comes with it.
Shout out Note Cross. We were talking about we need a safety in the
Mhm.
offseason. He stepped up. I mean, we made an episode all about him, but Justin Simmons, I'm not going to say no to. But anyway, Nick Cross definitely stepped up. Yeah, Matt Gay. Oof. I mean, he did make a 50-yarder later on, but like when he missed that one in the first half, I was just like, I don't know how he got all this money. I mean, and just quit. Like, I I don't understand. I mean, when you're 28th in the NFL and field goal percentage and you're making
Oof.
top 5 kicker money, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's at least he's hit all his extra points. Haven't had that many chances to hit
Yeah,
extra
so
points this season.
we gotta get in the end
But
zone.
yeah, it just I don't know. Never pay a kicker again. I guess you got to ride out with him, unless he's just absolutely awful. But it, Chris Ballard is so weird. Just a strange use of our salary cap when you look at it in hindsight.
Hmm. Yeah, fully agree.
But that's your boy. I mean, hypothetical scenario. If you have Matt Gay, he's about to line up, hit a 51-yard field goal. If he hits it, you get $1 million. If he misses, you have to take 15 shots of bourbon. Now, for you, Jamal, it's gonna be like 30 shots. So 30 shots. Are you taking the chance on him? Or are you're not even taking that bet?
We like our guys.
You're going for it?
We like our guys, baby. I didn't if I got my Chris Ballard cap on, I didn't pay him all this money to miss. We like our guys. I'm letting him do it.
So
I'm letting him do it.
You'll be in the hospital.
Yeah, pretty much what I'm getting at.
No, that would be funny. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, that's all I got too, man. What a shame for the Colts.
Might have to start. I don't know. It's getting rough to watch these Colts, but
Yeah.
yes, we're going to continue covering them, supporting them. We'll see. I don't expect anything flashy at the trade deadline. I believe it's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. We'll probably trade for like some practice squad player or something.
Oh, we won't do anything.
A little sum. We got to keep at least 17 million in the bank account for us. So
maybe we'll make a huge trade for someone like Kenny Pickett and just insert him, baby. And it is we about to light it up.
The only trade I want to see is a trade for a GM, and I'll trade 10 first-round picks for the next 10 years. Yeah. I'll give you 8. I'll give him each for a year he's been here and hasn't done shit. So I'll give you 8 first-round picks for a new GM.
That's y'all's boy, man.
Y'all's boy. I've been preaching to y'all for years, and everybody been
Valor.
drinking the Kool-Aid. Now y'all trying to come to the dark side. We don't got no more cookies over here. Nah, y'all should have listened back then.
Boy, Chris Ballard.
Hey, what y'all said? Yeah, stay on that side. Y'all stay on that side.
Stay on that side and hit that subscribe button if you're still listening. That like button. Let us know what you think in the comments. But we out of here.
That's it.
We out of here. That's going to be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We're live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts. We'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. I'll take care.